Está bien, nada, pero queremos respetar tu...
Rigondeaux.
Yo decía...
Rigondeaux.
El jacal.
Rigondeaux.
We were both wrong, Greg.
See? Okay, Rigondeaux.
Oh, jacal.
All right, Greg, is there anyone else you want us to wait on? You want to start holding Tom Brown, or are we all set?
No, Tom's gonna be a little late, so I told him he can join when ready, and we can Brian, we can toss him at the end if he does join.
Okay.
I did tell him to mute, because he'll be joining sort of live conference, Corey. But no,
Okay.
now we can get going.
All right, great. So I'll open it up in just a second here. Just for everyone else on the call who's here now currently, besides the fighters and Brian Custer, you can all just make sure that we're on mute. Once we open this up, it will be live to the media. If at any point, you get a cue on your phone, I may ask you to unmute yourself. If you do mute yourself and need to speak, just keep an eye on that. Besides that, I'll be controlling everything on my end, and we should be all set to go.
Got it.
All right, Brian, so I'll open it up, and then I'll give it about 30 seconds, and then I'll just chime in and say, all right, go ahead and take it away. Thank you. All right, open it to the press.
El jacal.
Recording in progress.
MG.
All right, Brian, take it away.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Brian Custer, the host of Showtime Championship Boxing. I want to welcome you to the official press conference for Guillermo Rigondeaux taking on the champion John Riel Casimero in just a few weeks. Showtime Championship Boxing is back at one of our favorite outdoor venues. That venue has created such iconic moments for the sport, and even thus this year. This will be our fourth visit there. It has already created great matchups and high quality fights. And we will have another one on August 14th when we return to Carson, California in the Dignity Health Sports Park because it is a championship fight that will come your way on August 4th on Showtime Championship Boxing as the WBO champion. John Riel Casimero, a man at 118 who packs a powerful punch, will be taking on a two-division champion in Guillermo Rigondeaux. This will be fireworks between these two fighters because they are two of the best fighters at 118 pounds. The event is being promoted by TGB Promotions. Tickets are now on sale and they can be purchased at AXS.com. Again, AXS.com. It will be the that will be the main event of a three-fight card. You'll also see on August 14th, the unbeaten bantamweight Gary Antonio Russell, unbeaten at 18-0, 12 knockouts, facing a former world champion in Emmanuel Rodriguez for the WBA interim.
Set up
118
kalaban nyo.
And also on the card, you're going to see another former world champion, Rashi Warren. He's going to be battling Damian
Regards.
in a 10-round fight. So once again, there will be all action there at the War Grounds on Showtime Championship Boxing, but of course highlighted by the WBO champion, John Riel Casimero. 30-4, 21 knockouts. Work rate and power is what he possesses. And then you have Guillermo Rigondeaux, 20-1, 13 knockouts. Two-time Olympic gold medalist. Both of these guys are going to join me. I'm going to ask them some questions. Then we're going to allow you members of the media to ask their own questions. All you have to do is hit the raise your hand bar there on the Zoom, and Greg Domino from Showtime Sports will acknowledge you or bring you on. But first, let's hear from the fighters. And let's start here with Guillermo Rigondeaux. 20-1, 13 knockouts. Martin Bader will do the translation. Martin, if you could ask Guillermo to just give us a word on how training is going and his thoughts on this fight August 14th.
Bueno, Guillermo, contanos un poco de cómo va tu entrenamiento y lo que pensás de lo que se viene el 14 de agosto.
Bueno, ya casi estamos en la preparación final, ya prácticamente ya no queda casi nada que hacer, estamos ya casi
Okay na.
para el 14 de agosto, ya estamos preparados.
We are in the home stretch here of the training session. Everything has gone great, and now we're fully focused on what's coming up on August 14th. Really excited about it.
And now the WBO champion, John Real Casimero. Again, 30-4, 21 knockouts now. This was a fight that you guys originally were supposed to be fighting, and then all of a sudden it was Nonito Donaire, but now it's back to Guillermo Rigondeaux. John, talk to us about how training camp has been going and your thoughts on fighting Rigondeaux on August 14th.
So I'm so ready to this fight August 14th.
Tukayo pa
Let's
shout
go.
out Jonas Ignace.
And how's training camp? How's it been going?
Good. My training is so good.
Wala
And
pa.
This is it. It's ready to rumble.
I love it. Man, a few words, but it certainly packs a powerful punch. John, let me start with you because give me your thoughts on facing Rigondeaux because Nonito Donaire pulls out of the fight. He says because of trash talking from your camp and your team, and basically insinuated that you were against drug testing. Your thoughts now you're facing Rigondeaux. Tell me your thoughts on how all this transpired, and now that you have Rigondeaux, your original opponent.
Yeah, that's Donaire fight me. Donaire is easy for me. And now Rigondeaux, I know Rigondeaux. They have experience, and Rigondeaux is a 2-time Olympian. So much great to the fight.
And how different of a fight is this with Rigondeaux as opposed to Donaire?
I think because Rigondeaux is he win to Donaire, but
Yeah, it's a lot different style what he's saying, and he's actually fighting the guy that beat Donaire, so
yeah.
he's much more excited to fight Rigondeaux right now, and styles are different.
Yeah, and Donaire scared me. Shit.
Rigondeaux no scared.
Yeah,
Donaire,
Rigondeaux no scared me. Rigondeaux no run the fight, because
Yeah.
Rigondeaux no scared me.
he hope Rigondeaux stand and fight, no run.
No run. Go to the show the world you are strong.
Sean, you can answer this. What did John? How did he feel when Donaire basically pulled out and said, "Hey, look, I don't like the way the team is trash talking me," and basically insinuated that John wasn't going to agree to drug testing for the fight?
Well, let's clear up something very quickly. John Rio Casimero never said anything about drug testing. Rachel Donaire put out a narrative that we weren't signing up for VADA. We received our papers on a Friday, we returned them on a Saturday. This is a clean fighter, always been a clean fighter, been in the WBC program, always available 24/7. So for to insinuate all that, maybe they had ulterior motives. Maybe all of a sudden they had when you buy something and you really don't want it, they had buyer's remorse to fight Casimero. So Casimero's always been focused on Rigondeaux. That's who we're fighting first. We're very happy that Mr. Rigondeaux's got big balls, big cojones, no backing out because of a little trash talk. Trash talk is part of the sport. So, Casimero just always trains, doesn't matter, Rigondeaux, Donaire, Anobi, he trains to fight, to be ready, and whatever's in front of him, he's prepared. So, it doesn't bother him.
Fantastic. Martin, if you could ask Guillermo, just his thoughts on, originally he was going to fight John, and then all of a sudden, John was going to fight Donaire, and now it's back to fighting John again. How has he handled all of the changes to this point?
Easy work.
Guillermo, ¿cómo estás manejando la incertidumbre de no saber a quién vas a enfrentar? En cuanto vas a enfrentar a Donaire, después a Casimero, después no sabes, y ahora obviamente a Casimero nuevamente. ¿Cómo te sentís al respecto? ¿Cómo te has manejado con esa incertidumbre?
Tú sabes como siempre he siempre he tenido paciencia para todo y todo esperando. que me toque. Nosotros siempre esperamos que nos toque. Yo nunca digo que no, y estamos listos para cualquiera. Siempre.
Oh yeah, it's patience before everything. That's what I preach, that's what I do. And then whoever comes my way, I'll be ready for it, regardless of who it is.
And now John Casimero is coming your way, Guillermo. What are your thoughts on fighting for the title and fighting John Casimero?
Bueno, ahora se te viene Casimero, o sea, ¿y cuáles son tus sensaciones, pensamientos sobre el pelear por el título de Los Ángeles TPCO?
Bueno, yo siempre he estado en ese nivel. Yo no es la primera vez que estoy en este nivel a pelear por el título mundial. Estamos listos, esperando el 14 que llegue para demostrar lo que siempre he hecho hasta ahora.
I've always been at that world championship level, and I think everybody knows that. Now we're just ready and waiting for August 14 to show what we're capable of and go after that belt.
Guillermo, John Real Casimero is a powerful fighter. He packs a punch. How will you deal with that? Will his power be an issue for you in this fight?
Casimero es un boxeador poderoso, alguien fuerte que te puede levantar con un solo golpe. ¿Cómo tenés pensado lidiar con ese poder de tu oponente?
Lo que yo siempre he hecho hasta ahora. Yo me mantengo sereno y siempre he hecho hasta ahora. Yo peleé en 3 divisiones, en 18, en 22 y en 30. En 3 divisiones. Así que nada me preocupa a mí. A mí nada me preocupa.
I don't worry about that. I don't worry about anything. I've fought in 3 different divisions, 118, 122, and 130. And I've been able to go after any challenge that I have faced. So Casimero's power is no concern to me whatsoever.
John, I think you heard that. He says your power is no concern to him whatsoever. You know, when you look at your record, it seems like you only had issues when you fought boxers. And Rigondeaux is the classic boxer. Now, he's got pop as well, but will that boxing style be a problem for you on August 14th?
Rigondeaux, if he fight me, no run. I want fight, you know. Because if Rigondeaux is a run, people watching, he's sleeping. Because you know, all fight of Rigondeaux, no good. Always run. All fans sleep. He tired of watching. Maybe you, despite August 14, maybe no run, then you box. Always no run.
All right, Martin asked Guillermo that question. He basically says he doesn't want Guillermo Rigondeaux running. He wants a fight. Will he, talking about Guillermo Rigondeaux, deliver a fight to John Real Casimero?
Yeah, because all the fans.
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I was muted. Así que Casimero dice que él quiere verte encarar, no quiere verte correr, quiere una pelea de verdad. ¿Qué tenés que decir al respecto cuando él te dice eso?
Él que haga lo que él hace, que haga su trabajo, que yo voy a hacer el mío. Él haga su trabajo y yo voy a hacer el mío. Simplemente él haga su trabajo y yo hago el mío.
It's simple and plain. You do your job, I'll do my thing. You do you, I'll do me, and then we'll see each other in the ring.
Let's go!
John, you know, one of the things that you do, you throw a lot of fun. You are a busy fighter. Do you believe your work rate will overwhelm Rigondeaux?
What he's saying is, you know, do you believe your work is being busy? So
Yeah, I believe because you know, I know Rigondeaux now. To my trainer, Coach Norineri, to manage to how to work for the Rigondeaux fight.
Yeah, they're putting a nice strategy together with Norineri, his trainer, for Rigondeaux. They've watched enough tape, they've seen enough of them, and they hope the one that fought Nonito Donaire doesn't show up on that bicycle. They want to see the one recently come and show the huevos, show the cojones. The champ wants to fight. He wants to excite the people at the Dignity Health Center because he had a very special moment there, Brian. That's where he won the WBO world title, in that building in a dramatic 12th round knockout. So it's a very special venue for him. He won the WBO title there, and he's gonna have a heck of a time if Mr. Rigondeaux comes to fight.
Guillermo?
Oye, Sangorif. Vamos.
That venue is special to him. That's where he won the title. He wants a fight. He doesn't want a Rigondeaux on a bicycle. He wants to see the Rigondeaux who comes to fight. Your response to that?
Bueno, acá Casimero dice que el Rigondeaux es un estadio muy importante para él, muy especial, ya que tiene muy lindos recuerdos ahí de haber ganado peleas dramáticas y ganado campeonatos. Y lo que él quiere es ver al Rigondeaux de antes, no quiere ver a un Rigondeaux. Él dijo algo como que un Rigondeaux en bicicleta, como que no te quiere ver viste, pedaleando. Entonces, pero ¿qué opinas sobre eso, o sea, sobre la actitud que está teniendo Casimero?
No, yo no opino nada de eso. Yo voy a hacer mi trabajo, lo que siempre he hecho la obra, que me ha mantenido al 100%. Ya que él haga lo que tú quieras hacer, yo voy a hacer lo mismo y nos vemos el 14 de agosto. Yo no sé, ya hablar muchas cosas de eso, que te voy a hacer, que esto, lo otro. Todo eso se pronostica. No, que el Rigondeaux corre, que el Rigondeaux va a hacer, deja que tenga el demonio al frente y ya que haga su trabajo. Simple.
I'm not a big trash talker, Brian. It's not about like, oh, what's he gonna do or what I'm gonna do or you know whatever people want to say beforehand. You know what? I'll see you on the 14th at the Big Health Center. I'll see you on the ring, and then you'll see the real Rigondeaux just like you want. But in the meantime, I'm just focusing again on what I'm doing, on my job, and that's the long and the short of it. Anything else? It's your thought.
John, you were quoted as saying, I'm going to show the boxing world how to beat Rigondeaux and send him into retirement once and for all. Do you believe once you get a victory on August 14th, that Rigondeaux will retire after this fight?
Yeah, Rigondeaux, finish. Finito! Finito his career.
I think that answers it pretty good, Brian.
Absolutely. So Martinez, get Guillermo's response to that. He said that after he beats him on August 14th, he's going to retire him as well, and he'll retire from boxing. His response.
Guillermo Casimero dice que una vez que te venza el 14 de agosto, no sé qué va a vencer, sino que te va a retirar. ¿Qué le respondes?
Dile que ahí vamos, el 14 no fue, y que trate de hacer lo que dice que va a hacer, a ver si puede.
He wants to let Casimero know it's on. I'll see you on the 14th. Let's see if you're able to do what you say you're gonna be able to do. I'll see you on the 14th.
Let's go!
And Guillermo, you had a quote here from the boxing scene where he says, quote, I have plans to ruin Casimero's dream. I know he has a lot of power. He's a man, but I'm a man who has excellent boxing skills and a high IQ. Don't be surprised if I knock him out, end quote. Do you believe you are going to stop Rigondeaux Casimero on August 14th?
Si crees que vas a noquear a Casimero el 14 de agosto, o sea, después de todo lo que dijiste antes sobre cómo crees tu poder y tu capacidad para noquear a cualquiera.
Deja que él sienta.
Shut up.
Él habla de su
Shut
poder.
up.
Todos hablan de su poder, pero no hablan del mío. Es como si me estuvieran subestimando. Y eso lo vamos a demostrar el 14 de agosto. Vamos a ver quién pega más. Vamos a esperar el 14 de agosto. Vamos a esperar el 14 de agosto.
So, perdona, Guillermo, no te quise interrumpir. Let him feel like power. You know, everyone is talking about Casimero's power and not talking about my power. Nearly enough, it feels like people are underestimating. So, you know, I can't wait to get into the ring on August 14th and show everybody what I'm capable of. Let's see what happens on August 14th, because that's when the real things are going to be discovered.
John, your response to that, are you underestimating Guillermo Rigondeaux and his power?
No, I'm not, what's that? Yeah, I'm not, because, you know, I know Rigondeaux, Rigondeaux is 2 Olympians. Then what's that?
Any more title?
Yeah, I worked 2 times. Then 2 Olympians. I wanna do my best to this fight Rigondeaux, because I know Rigondeaux, if he fight me, I know Rigondeaux is always around for me.
Yeah, so what he's saying too is he don't underestimate anybody. He prepares very well for every fight. And again, he just wants to hope that Mr. Rigondeaux leaves his bicycle at the house and brings his boxing shoes and just goes and fights. I know he doesn't talk a lot, Rigondeaux, but Casimero just like to see him. Let's go, mano, mano.
I know Rigondeaux is preparing for this fight and hard work. That's good.
Guillermo, give me a final word here before we let the media in to ask you guys questions. What can you guarantee people when they turn on Showtime Championship Boxing on August 14th? What can you guarantee they will see when you face John Riel Casimero?
¿Qué puedes garantizar a la gente, a los aficionados que te van a estar viendo en el estadio y por la tele? ¿Qué les puedes garantizar que van a ver cuando enfrentes a John Riel Casimero el 14 de agosto?
Bueno, el caso de la ropa que siempre he hecho, yo siempre he sido un ganador, por mí, por mi familia. Esperen lo mejor de mí, que siempre lo he hecho. Yo siempre lo he hecho, yo brillo en un bombín, de eso puede estar seguro.
I can guarantee that they see the best of me. I perform my best under the bright lights, and they will see the best of me, the fans, my family, my friends, everybody. I promise that they will see the best of me and that I will perform on August 14th.
Don't say promise.
And John, same question for you. For the people who turn on Showtime Championship Boxing on August 14th, and those in Carson, California, the Filipino fans who come out and want to see you fight, what can you guarantee that they are going to get on August 14th?
So guys, please manood kayo sa laban ko this August 14. So I will do my best, and this is a fight. It's a good fight, because Rigondeaux is 2 times Olympians. He's a good boxer. He lost Donaire, but I will do my best. This is a good fight. So please watching the fight August 14. Don't forget. So let's go.
I love it. All right. I know there are a number of media members here who want to ask some questions. So please just hit the raise your hand bar there on the Zoom. Greg Domino, he's of course my communications department in Showtime Sports. He's going to acknowledge you, let us know who you're representing, and then ask your question. Greg?
Thank you, Brian. The first question comes from Jeremy Herges at Fansided.
Hello, gentlemen. First question's for Guillermo. Guillermo, you said that you're going to box circles around John. I'm curious about what's your opinion of John's boxing skill.
Bueno, Guillermo, vos dijiste anteriormente, la expresión argentina es que lo vas a bailar a Casimero. No estoy seguro cuál será la expresión cubana, pero como que lo vas a abrumar, que lo vas a dominar. ¿Cuál es tu opinión de la capacidad boxística de Casimero?
Bueno, es un buen oponente. Para mí todos los contrarios son mejores que él. Esa es la opinión que yo tengo. Todos son mejores que él. Pero hay que demostrarme el 14 de agosto que son mejores que él.
Casimero is a good opponent, Jeremy. And every opponent that I face thinks that they are better than me. But in the end, it's up to them to show that they are better than me, because I'm going to be ready.
Next question's for Casimero. John, going from Guillermo and then thinking that you're going to be fighting Donaire and then back to Guillermo, was it hard to refocus on Guillermo?
Yeah, before I focused on Donaire, but he changed the opponent. So now I know Donaire to fight, so for Rigondeaux, yeah, I preparing for he coach Donaire, he teach me how to lose Rigondeaux. So
Yeah, basically it doesn't bother him. He just goes back and forth. He don't care who they put in the ring in front of him. You know what I mean? It doesn't bother him at all. The champ is ready. He was preparing for one guy, the next guy, whatever. He just prepares for whoever's across the ring. So, no, it didn't affect him at all.
Final question for you, Sean. I know that there was a lot of drama coming into this fight. John's got a letter from Vada saying that he's clean. He's not positive for PEDs under any circumstance. Do you feel that it's his association with Angel Heredia that brings speculation?
Absolutely not. Mrs. Rachel Donaire brought speculation because of her saying that we weren't joining up for Vada. Absolutely wrong. There's nothing to do with about anything else. And anybody that thinks any different, again, we've been in the clean boxing program since 2017. Vada showed up twice or three times in our first week. So the problem is when people put statements out there like that, people take it the wrong way. John Rio Casimero never did a drug test in his whole boxing career. Always available, always ready. So no, I don't think that's the case at all. And on Memo Heredia, last time I checked, none of his fighters that he's worked with, including all the boxers that he works with me, with the Philippines, we've never had a problem in the 3 or 4 years we've been associated. So the end of the Vada nonsense, speculation, BS, bull crap, we work with clean fighters. Memo Heredia, clean guy. What he did in the past before we knew him, that's the past. I can't speak to that.
Thank you, gentlemen. Best of luck.
Thank you, Jeremy. Next question comes from Diana Boxing.
My question is for Guillermo. Guillermo, you obviously have history with Nonito Donaire, but you of course have no problem fighting John Rio Casimero, and you're not concerned about anything about PEDs as it relates to him. So how surprised were you that Donaire got this opportunity to fight Casimero in a unification fight? You were willing to step aside and then withdrew from the fight. How surprising was that to you, and why do you think he did that?
How surprised you that Donaire withdrew from the fight and that he.
And why did he do it?
Okay. Bueno, con todas las idas y vueltas que hubieron con que Casimero iba a pelear contra Donaire, después Donaire dijo lo de las drogas, o sea, el antidoping de Casimero, y ahora claramente vos no tenés ese tipo de preocupación con Casimero. ¿Qué opinas de que Donaire medio como que se hizo un costado inesperadamente de pelear contra Casimero y ahora vamos a pelear con él?
No sé lo que pasó entre ellos, no sé, en realidad no sé lo que pasó. No sé realmente lo que pasó entre ellos, no puedo explicarte lo que fue lo que sucedió entre ellos. Al que me toque a mí, simplemente.
Claro, eso no lo que responde a lo que pensaban de por qué Donaire no peleó contra él, o sea, simplemente no tenía.
No sé sus razones, no sé lo que habrá pasado. No sé.
I'm really not aware of what happened between Donaire and Casimero. It's none of my concern. I'm happy to fight him now. I'm ready for that fight. That's all that matters to me right now.
He obviously has fought Donaire and now is about to fight Casimero. How does he compare the two fighters? Who does he think is a better fighter?
¿Quién cree que es mejor boxeador? Bueno, en general, no solo con su team. ¿Casimero o Donaire? Porque has enfrentado a ambos.
No, los dos son buenos boxeadores. Los dos son buenos boxeadores, son dos buenos campeones. Excelentes boxeadores. No sé, son filipinos los dos. No sé cómo se lleven ellos en realidad, pero yo me voy con Nonito.
Well, they're both great champions, great boxers, great fighters. They're both from the Philippines. I don't know what their personal relationship must be like, but if you have me choose, I would go with Nonito as the best one to choose.
Can you ask him why? Why he thinks so?
¿Por qué Nonito sobre Casimero?
Los dos, Nonito para mí tiene más resultados, un poco más resultados que Casimero. No quiero decir que los resultados hablan por sí solos. Nonito tiene más resultados que Casimero en estos momentos.
It comes down to something as simple as the fact that Nonito has more of a track record, more results than Casimero does. It doesn't mean that they're not both great boxers. It just means that Nonito has more investment, if you will, than Casimero does.
Thank you, Guillermo. I just have one question for John. John, he just said that he thinks Nonito is a better fighter than you, although he did compliment you as well. I'm just wondering what your perspective is on his answer.
Let's go in the ring. You know, Rigondeaux, maybe he changed your opinion this August 14th.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, Keith. Next question comes from Keith Hayashi from Dow.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I would like to ask John. You have a huge threshold to about now we're Inoue. Do you have any particular emotion about the Inoue?
We missed this last part of the question. What did he say?
Do you have any particular emotion about the Inoue?
Particular emotion?
Yeah, particular emotion.
Ano nararamdaman mo kay Inoue ko? You know, Inoue, because if I find Inoue for me, because you know, Inoue is here in my position is only come to me, and that's not hard for me.
Do you think is he the opponent for you?
Yeah, but you know, it's easy for me. Donaire, Inoue, yeah, that's easy work.
Rigondeaux.
And also Rigondeaux. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Can I ask Mr. Rigondeaux? How do you feel about fight champion IBF and WBA, now we are Inoue, Japanese fighter?
¿Cómo te sentís sobre el campeón japonés Inoue? O sea, ¿cuál es tu perspectiva de él?
Un excelente campeón. Ese es un excelente campeón. Muy bueno.
He's an
Ahora
excellent
un
champion.
excelente campeón.
An excellent champion, very good fighter. Nothing but respect for him.
No.
Okay, thanks. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question comes from Jim Conlon.
My first question is for Casimero. Casimero, just in relation to your defeat against Lomachenko, do you think you're on a mission to prove people that you still are a force in boxing after that defeat?
Bueno, Guillermo te pregunta si después de haber perdido de la manera en que perdiste contra Lomachenko, si sentís que todavía sos una potencia en el boxeo, alguien que merece ser reconocido.
Sí, claro que sí, por supuesto. Lomachenko todavía sigue siendo Lomachenko.
Absolutely, I am. That's what happened in the past. I'm still a force to be reckoned with.
And my next question then is for John. John, in terms of your resume, how important is it for you to establish your sort of credentials going forward and have a victory over a two-time Olympian like Casimero on your resume? Would that sort of propel your name further into the headlines?
Yeah, you know, because if Rigondeaux he lost for me, and all my fans, so he say you are great, and you know he lost of Donaire, and Donaire is in the Philippines, so Donaire is a famous, you know, that's why if Rigondeaux he lost for me, maybe the two opponent of Japanese and Donaire he scared me, maybe no fight me.
Yeah, so basically he needs to win the fight to absolutely keep moving along to get the next two big fights.
And best of luck to both fighters.
Yeah.
Thank you. Next question comes from Miguel Maravilla.
Hey, John. First of all, how do you feel about returning to the Dignity Health Sports Park? Used to be the StubHub Center. That's where you won your first world title back in 2019.
Yeah, that's great because you know, Casimero he knows in he know now in US America, you know, it's good for me to
Yeah, it's very exciting for him to be back in the place he won the world title. I mean, he's got tremendous memories there. So, and also when he won the world title there, it was after midnight. There was about 2 people there. So,
Thank you,
this
Ma'am
is
Mary
gonna be a
Jean
little different
Cosme.
for him. There's going to be a nice full house, and yeah, I mean, what
Thank you
better
po.
than where you won your first title? It's like
Thank you, Mary Jane
So,
Cosme.
very
Shout out
exciting.
po. Salamat.
You also that place, you know, you mentioned that he won in dramatic fashion. That place has had many memorable fights. Do you feel Rigo's style is suitable for a venue like that?
Yeah, I know. Rigondeaux the style like what's the opponent of the last in Manila? Ramirez, yeah, Ramirez. Then I know that how to manage the Rigo.
Right, and to answer your question, is his style reminiscent of some of the greats that fought there? Not really, but I think Mr. Rigondeaux has realized at this age that he needs to stand a little more, fight a little more, and I think that building brings out greatness. I think it brings out great fights. There's just something about that venue, so I think Mr. Rigondeaux is going to bring it. I think he's going to stand and fight, and he wants to show people that he's fighting in a very historic, the war grounds, that when Casimero brings it, he'll bring it also.
My next question is for Rigondeaux. Guillermo, ¿por qué se siente confiado que lo puede noquear?
Yo solamente no tengo mucho que decir. Yo confío en mi preparación, lo que he hecho hasta ahora. Yo no soy de hablar tanto de esas cosas. Yo soy muy confiado en mi preparación, lo que he hecho hasta ahora, también a conciencia.
The question from Miguel was, why do you feel that you'll be able to knock Casimero? Why are you so confident about that? And Guillermo said that I believe in my power. That's the bottom line. Like I said before, I'm not a big trash talker, and I'm gonna show everything I'm capable of inside the ring.
¿Qué representa esta victoria? Si sale con una victoria.
No es la última, la primera vez en el nivel que yo estoy. Ese es mi nivel donde siempre he estado, donde siempre yo he brillado. Siempre. No es la primera posición, yo no tengo ningún apuro.
Let's go.
The question was, what would a win mean to Guillermo if he were to come on top on August 14th? And Guillermo said that, you know, it will be a win. It wouldn't be the first or the last time that he's been able to perform under the bright lights, and he expects to perform just like he always has under the lights in Los Angeles.
Buena suerte, good luck.
Gracias.
Thank you. Next question comes from Joel Bayer.
How you doing? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
All right. This question is for Sean. Sean, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Can you explain to fans that may not know what happened?
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am Cosme. Mary Jane Cosme. Thank you.
Shut down in Noye?
Yeah, basically, you know, Casimero arrived in the U.S. about a month ago to put the fine tuning. Fight was announced with the Noe April of what it was, 2020. Yeah, COVID hit, and basically, with all the different things, Top Rank decided a million reasons they couldn't do the fight. They needed a crowd, they needed this, they needed that, and for whatever reason, they couldn't get the resources together to do the fight. And that's kind of why the fight didn't take place. And then there's just been a bunch of things still with the issues of the fights having fans and stuff, which fans just came back because you need, if you're going to do the fight in the U.S., you need the Japanese fans to be here. So that's kind of what happened. But you know, we're optimistic if Casimero, when he gets past Rigondeaux, you know, hopefully in the future, that's the fight to unify the belts.
So, have you heard any discussions about possibly Donaire and the Noye fighting, and who would be your preference of, well, if Casimero were to win, who would you prefer to fight?
Well, I
Shut up, Martorix. Mallorca.
Champion, Olympian. We have all the respect for him, but you know, definitely believe Casimero has the real skills to get the deal done. So when he wins, Casimero's like this: whatever comes together right away, he's ready to fight again. If it's Donaire, it's a Noe, he wants to get another fight in before the end of the year, and he's not, you know, whatever one comes together the easiest, he's happy to take that one.
And I have one question for Rigondeaux. Rigo, can you
Shout
explain
out Giovanni
the
Regindoux.
process to move back down to, well, to move down to 118 pounds? after competing much in career at 122?
Aquí Terrell quiere saber cómo fue tu proceso de pensamiento, cómo fue tu estrategia de pensar, vamos a volver a las 118 libras después de haber pasado gran parte de tu carrera en las 122.
Claro, porque ustedes saben todo lo que ha pasado, nadie quería pelear en 122. Yo soy el mejor libra por libra actualmente en los 122 libras. Yo tengo la firma así, nadie la tiene. Y ustedes saben que nadie quería pelear conmigo en 122. No sé lo que ha pasado, que nadie quería pelear.
It's as simple as the fact that nobody wanted to fight me at 122. I'm the best pound for pound fighter at 122, and it happens that nobody wanted to fight me there. I have, I have the recognition by Ring Magazine. I have the recognition by others. People know about that, but it just so happens that nobody wanted to fight me, so I came down to 180.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you. We have time for one more question. We'll go to Cynthia Conti.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Thank you.
Hi. First off, condolences to you, Sean, and your family.
Thank you.
And then this question is for John. John, we all know that Manny is back from camp here in LA running for his son's fight. I saw you running with him. Talk about the advice that Manny has given you, Manny Pacquiao has given you going into this fight and going on further in your career.
Yeah, Manny saved me hard work and and discipline to myself, and yeah, this Manny Pacquiao is my idol. Then yeah, tattoo and
He has a nice tattoo of the senator on his arm too. So.
He does. John has a tattoo.
Yeah, Trev has a nice tattoo of the
Shout
senator.
out John Maboom.
But either way, it's a big idol. It's a big
John G.
inspiration,
Maboom.
and being here to be able to train alongside, kind of run, to watch the senator, to see what he does. It's absolutely. If you're a Filipino fighter and that doesn't inspire you, then you got a problem.
And when he does train with him, I mean, we are all in awe of Manny going for greatness. He's already a legend in himself. What does John find that he's in awe of Manny besides he's a pound for pound great?
Ano daw yung nakikita mo sa lahat ng nakabing ni Senator lahat ng natutunan niya ng masasabi?
Because Manny Pacquiao is amazing power, amazing, that's all. Manny Pacquiao is amazing, It's a great.
Yeah, just everything he does is amazing. I mean, outside of boxing, everything, the politics, the helping people, good role model. Casimero's definitely just impressed with everything the senator does, as we all are.
All right, best of luck to both of you.
Thank you. Viva Filipino.
Thank you, everyone, very much. We couldn't get to all the questions, but we'll toss back to Brian.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. And we'll end with this, Guillermo. There have been a number of questions that have come in, and basically they ask the same thing. Do you think Casimero has a predictable boxing style that's easy for you to conquer? Is the question that a number of people have sent in.
Una de las preguntas que la gente más dio más repetidamente, que no pudimos llegar a todas, es que si crees que el estilo de Casimero es predecible, que es algo fácil de contrarrestar.
Bueno, aquí nada es fácil, aquí todo el mundo es difícil, para mí todos los boxeadores son difíciles y hay estilos que se ajustan uno con el otro y se hace un trabajo mejor.
No, nothing is easy for me, really. Every fight is hard, every fight is a challenge. Again, styles make fights, some go better with others.
John, the question that we keep getting in here for you, Sean, you can help them answer this. They keep asking is, does John think he can overcome Rigondeaux's tactical boxing style, which has given you problems in the past?
Talaga bang masusuklo mo, matatalo mo yung kagalingan ni...
I know this surprise to all my fans and Rigondeaux So my performance this August 14th.
Yeah, basically he figures he has the style, he's trained, he's worked out, he's looked in. I'm not really sure where a lot of people have said that because in Casimero's losses to Amnot was just a fouled fight of terrible. Some of the boxers he's fought, he actually did well with Charlie Edwards. A lot of the guys. I don't know where he really got that kind of tag that he had problems with technical guys, but I don't feel that's the case where he's come in his career to where he's at now. Nobody, Zolana Tete was very technical, same type as a Rigondeaux. And basically, he figured it out, took a couple rounds, walked him down, and blasted him. So, I don't think that'll be a factor here. Noi is very smart, good game plan. Of course, John Real's IQ. You go to 9 different countries, you win 5 world titles in 9 countries, travel the world. I don't think Mr. Rigondeaux is going to be an issue for him to figure that out.
Well, I'll tell you what, folks, I think this is what makes this fight so amazing. You've got Guillermo Rigondeaux, 2-time Olympic gold medalist, 2-division world champion, and now looking to challenge the WBO champion, John Rael Casimero, on August 14th, and it will come to you live on Showtime Championship Boxing from the Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. The broadcast will begin at 10 o'clock Eastern Time. That is 7 o'clock Pacific. A 3-fight card. That's the main event. Also on the undercard, you will also see Gary Antonio Russell facing a former world champion, Emmanuel Rodriguez. And also we'll see another former world champion, Rashi Warren, battling Damian Vasquez. August 14th, the WBO championship is on the line. John Rael Casimero and Guillermo Rigondeaux. Gentlemen, thank you for your time. We wish you nothing but the best of luck. Looking forward to seeing you both on August 14th. And thank you, members of the media, for joining in. And again, we'll see you on Showtime Championship Boxing for this main event from Carson, California. I'm Brian Custer. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Showtime.
Showtime.
Showtime. Woo! Go champ. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Okay, take care.
El jacal is el jacal.
Ayan, thank you po sa panonood. Tapos na po yung pres.con. So, nakita lang tayo sa August 14 sa laban ni Chandler Casimero.
So yun guys, kita na natin si
Edwin Villamosa. Ayun. Ayos na, ayos. Salamat po sa panonood. Shout out po kay Ma'am ni Regine Cosme sa paglapag. Thank you po, Ma'am Cosme. God bless po sa inyo lahat. Wala pang kalaban mga idol. Mexican po yung kalaban natin. Mexican. Yeah. Donita. Yeah.
Yung pag magsasalita siya, parang hindi talaga siya nakatakot. Talaga yung gusto niya talaga lumaban, magpapakita niya talaga. Tingnan natin kung ano yung magpapakita niya na laban. Sana po na hindi siya tatakbo kasi sabi ko walang takbuhan. Sabi din niya, hindi na niya pabuti ng decision, knock-out na din. Aba! Agas talaga si yung jacal. Ayaw niya talaga, ayaw niya habot ng round. Gusto niya bagsak daw.
Shout out Nonita Donare. Gago. Nonita Gugay. No run. All out. Let's go. Center of the ring. Center of the ring. No retreat.
No worries, man. 80 years she had a tremendous run. You were food. So,
Dang.
yeah, thank you. We're going to do Keith.
Counter punch.
Champ is sitting right here. So,
Hello.
we're now scared.
You're gonna scared.
Yeah, Mr. Charcoal. What's his name, Mr. Charcoal?
Shout out by shout out Agila
That's gonna light
PH.
that charcoal up.
El Jacol.
He said charcoal.
El Jacol in the Philippines. El Jacol is a bad. That's bad.
Means jack off.
Jackal.
Jackal means jack off in the Philippines. in one of their languages.
Shout out Jisril Gim and Jim Cueto. Shout out Jisril.
Can you ask John to put into his words what the real reason is that he feels that Donaire pulled out of the fight?
Why do you think Donaire?
Ibay Jonas Nemuel
Maybe
Iparagiri.
they're scared and then the wife of the Donaire.
Epat Chakol. Sige Bonsai.
Richard.
Rex Lloyd Tambong. Shout out.
Scared or they just came up with reasons. He's not positive. I mean, no one
Present
knows
by
who you ask.
Present Nemuel Paragiri. Dapat ang tawag na lang si Casimero. Ayan mga idol, dapat confidence, walang hiya-hiya na. Confidence lang. Pag hiya-hiya ka, walang mangyayari sa'yo.
Yeah, basically, if you beat Rigondeaux,
Monton Place.
could be reasons.
Shout out Monton Place.
Hey, Champ got an ass whooping for Rigondeaux and Donaire still. He's an equal opportunity employer. He got something for all of them.
So opponents scared.
So he would love to, the Donaire fight's been promoted tremendously. So why not?
Shout out
Absolutely.
Boxing
because
Gloves
There's more
PX.
publicity on the
Shout
Donaire
out,
fight with Casimero than there is on the
Shout out Boxing Gloves Sweets. Idol, kumusta kayo dyan? Bay, magpa-tutor yung English bay para marunong English spell. Kasabot na mag-English bay, kaso di lang kayo kabalo mo. Kwan. Ayos yun.
He'd love to fight one more time this
Ang
year.
mga American di naman sila magmatter kung unsa imong istorya kay dali ra man sila makasabot good. Di pero sa mga Pinoy nga koreksyonan ka bisag sabta na. Sabot lang ta.
All fans of Philippines is a lot of people.
Practice mayo
they
bay.
like Donaire
Migs vlog
and they
special.
like me, and
English
they
bahala na.
say Filipino no good for because they don't like to watching the fight.
Talk English by
to all
Sultan.
Filipino. So all love Filipino,
Okay, so speaking practice yun.
Filipinos don't like to fight each other, but it's a great fight.
Undercard po. Ako kay Casimero, Ma'am Mary Jane Cosme. Undercard tayo kay Casimero sa August 14.
And especially when he thinks it's
Sure
a
na po
great
yan
fight.
yung August 14 natin,
And it's,
sure.
because Donaire is fought out of the
Wala pa ang
United
pangalan
States
yung kalaban.
basically his whole career. So really,
Practice.
it's kind of like Chavez versus De La Hoya. It's Filipino versus American Filipino.
Kotdog po.
And you have a lot of fans on
Kamo
both
dito
sides.
bay.
What makes it really
Silinga na.
interesting. Like,
Sa ala.
Filipino, Morales, Pereira,
Monton
Marquez,
Place.
Rigondeaux,
Kamo dito bay.
they're great fights.
Kumusta mo
It
dia?
never happened for a lot of years because there wasn't really a market for
Kamo
it, but
dito.
over the
Kumusta
last few
regards
years,
lang
a lot
ko
of
tanan dia
Filipinos
bay.
fought each other. They
Monton
fought great
Place.
fights. And this is different than just like fighting
Black
a show with
Idol.
Sultan,
Thank you
fighting
GF
Sherwood. There's a little
Official
more
TV.
personal issue here.
Alright,
And
relax.
the fact that
Regards lang ko dia
Rigondeaux
mga
campaigned his whole career in America, Casimero
di
was
Saudi
a
balintong man
Filipino,
pod ang in English andre practice lang gid pirmi. Lagi Agila PH practice ita na bay. August 14 atong lola mga idol, August 14 undercard ni Casimero.
Tingin mo ba daw gusto talaga na Rico kasi okay lang sa kanya nung tayo agad ni Donaire tumabi siya.
Rigondeaux need money. I think, but I don't know. But you know, Rigondeaux is two Olympians. He's a good boxer. I don't know
Cagayan si Milan sa
what
Cagayan.
Rigondeaux is you know aggressive to the fight.
Yeah, he thinks Rigondeaux.
August 40, August lang sila Jerwin. Coach.
You know what I'm saying? The winner or potentially. So he stepped aside for a second. It wasn't like he was losing an opportunity completely and he was going to fight. He was nice enough to let that one happen. He was still probably getting taken care of very well. So, Rigondeaux, at his point in his career, just wants anybody that was there. And the reason we took Rigondeaux is because Donaire wasn't available at the time.
Yeah.
You know, what's his name was fighting, and Noe was fighting, Donaire was fighting, so this is the only guy we had left. And, you know, the guy has tremendous credentials. We're not downplaying Rigondeaux at all. You know, the man really has never lost a fight. He lost to a weight division like 4 divisions higher when he fought Lomachenko. So, I mean, at this weight, he still has a lot to give, and you know, I think
good performance of the last of second.
Yeah, look at his last 2 fights with Sean.
Naragyapon to sa Cavite pero nasa sa Bukidnon doon na training.
You can't put an age on it. I mean, the guy still has always stayed in tremendous shape his whole life. So this
Salamat.
is to you know, I
Salamat.
To answer your original
By
question,
Mountain
is,
Place.
Rigondeaux definitely wanted Casimero. He wants a belt.
119, 119.
You know, he's got a regular
Bantamweight.
belt. We got the real belt. We got the WBO world title. We're not an intro, we're not a regular, we're not a super. We're a real champion. So with that said, I think that was definitely something he liked also. Because that beating Casimero leads him to a possible Noe Donaire for the other belts because everybody wants the belt.
Okay. And John, you don't consider Rigondeaux a real champion either because he doesn't have the real WBA title?
Yeah, I don't like the belt because you know.
Yeah, he considers him a champion, a former champion, but not a champion at this moment. He's coming in as a challenger. John Rio considers Rigondeaux a challenger.
Jacal.
Jacal. So you have a champion with a WBO belt, and you got a guy that's coming to challenge for it. And the winner is a huge amount at stake because the winner could go to fight Donaire, get the WBC belt, and unify everything with the Noe. So there's a lot at stake in this fight. This is you know, you don't get to the rest of it. The big prize is, you know, without getting past this fight. But Rigondeaux, in our minds, in John Rio's mind, is considered a challenger coming in to fight the champion.
Sean, one last thing for John. Can you just add, what would it mean for him if he's able to knock Rigondeaux out? Because as you said, you know, the only TKO loss on his record is he's out of his weight class and everything, and probably shouldn't have fought Lomachenko. But what would it mean for him to stop him in the division where Rigondeaux belongs and is
You know, Rigondeaux now after the fight and after August 14, Rigondeaux is retired now.
So what are you saying? It would be a tremendous
I give
accomplishment.
the paper of the resign. You signed it. This is a retirement.
Yeah, he said he's
Wala
a
yun.
favor. He's gonna
Well,
do
dim
the
tanay,
fans a favor, probably
kita,
put
ngor
over
gyapon.
Rigondeaux. But beating Rigondeaux at his natural weight, his best weight of 118, is a huge accomplishment. I mean, no one's ever done it.
Siljin,
Lomachenko had to
dili
wait
ta
4
Muslim,
divisions
Bisaya
higher
lang,
to beat up
Bisaya.
This poor little, you know, 118 pounder when he did it, acted like he was doing something. But this is the best pound for pound weight that Rigondeaux's ever fought at. So it is a tremendous accomplishment. And it'll be great to have Rigondeaux in his final fight on Casimero's record. So it's,
just one thing related to what he said during, you know, he's implored Rigondeaux to come fight, to not run. Does he expect Rigondeaux, his legs are not looking much more education, but do he expect Rigondeaux to try to wait? Does he expect to be in front of him? What does he expect?
well, I think at this point, it's 2 fights. You watch the Seha fight and you watch the Solis fight. So, yeah, I mean, once he feels the power, he's going to go into the old mode and try to move and try to box and try to get away. But, you know, we all know he's not the guy of 2013. So, he'll be able to move some and back up. He's going to do a lot of back up. He's going to try to counter Casimero because once he feels that power, he's not gonna stand there toe to toe like he did with
My
Seau.
God.
He's gonna box more like he did with Solis. So, you know, John Rio's IQ is tremendous in boxing. When the bell rings, he'll figure things out. And whatever Rigondeaux brings in, if he wants to go toe to toe, we got something for that. If he wants to run, Casimero has something for that. So it's a great fight because the guy's a very intelligent fighter. Like I said, no one's looking past him. This guy ain't no easy task, but the difference is like Tete. Everybody had Casimero an underdog against Tete. Well, for 2 rounds, I sat there and I'm like, okay, not much is happening, but Casimero was registering moves and positions and pivots and boom, game over. So that's what's gonna happen here. Once he gets the timing and the rhythm down, your boy will be back on a boat to Cuba, which I hope gets liberated soon because it'd be a great place to live for Rigondeaux.
John, you want to say anything else about the fight?
This is a good fight, and please watching this fight. Don't forget, August 14. So
tune in to Showtime.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Thanks again for getting it for me, man. We'll be in touch soon.
Champ is always happy, Keith. Thank you.
Right. Let's go.
Good stuff out of that.
May English ng mga kaning. Kanong may kay mas kan. Ganda skirt.
That's okay. The tape's on, but you can still. The tape's fine. I like bringing that on there. Miss Cynthia, the champ.
Good job.
Mr. Manny. Champ and the champ.
Salamat sa panonood. Tapos na po yung peace conference natin. Ingat kayo lahat. Shout out kay Madam Merging Cosme dyan. Salamat po. At sa lahat po ng mga kaibigan natin, Mix Vlog Official, Mountain Place Z, Ria, Marnie, Ruby, Siljan. Thank you everyone. God bless. Good night.
Filipino.
Good morning. Goodbye.
Italian, American.